We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And of course, what this handsomely packaged devil is the Pepper Palace Diabolito, which of course is a little devil made with ghost pepper. Of course, from Pepper Palace and handcrafted for Pepper Palace. I am kind of curious who is making this stuff. I would be interested in knowing who is actually producing this for them. So we have here vinegar, butalokia chilies, sugar, salt, granulated garlic, lemon extract, and xanthan gum. And take a good look at this. This is more than some of the sauces on the hot ones. And honestly, you can get two high-quality sauces, better sauces than this for that money. That's not what I paid for this. As I mentioned in the review, there's no nutritional information on this. Hey, you know what? That is interesting. I wonder why. I do like this treasure map thing, little compass there. Very nautical, pirate-themed. You know, like pirates are running around eating ghost peppers, which... But again, this doesn't really fit the theme of Diabolito. I am so baffled. It's a neat looking label, but I don't understand it. So, as I said in the review, there is a smokiness to this. I can smell it now, and see, there's little bits and pieces of stuff there, and the coloration I think is really interesting because this reads to me like Chipotle. And flavor-wise, I would say that Chipotle is probably in here somewhere, although it's not listed. It could be a smoke ghost. That is possible as well. The color is a very, very dark maroon sort of hue to it. But again, very, very emblematic of most Chipotle sauces as well. It does stick pretty well. I will give it that. It is slightly on the runny side, as you guys saw. It flows. I mean, it flows smooth. It levels out. But it is where I kind of question their not having a restrictor on this, if I'm being honest. But got this very, very dark sort of reddish tone or deep maroon. I mean, color-wise, it looks nice. I mean, there's no problem at all here with that. All right, let's get to the getting. It tastes like a sort of sugary with, honestly, like powdered Chipotle. If you're like me and you keep powdered Chipotle on hand, you're very familiar with that sort of texture on the tongue and everything. And this definitely has it. I'm not getting a lot of garlic or lemon or anything like that. There is a slight astringency to it, which I think they probably did that, so they cut it down so it wouldn't be completely cloying, but there's not a lot of nuance or anything like that to this. This is not a very refined sauce. I'm getting a very slight backburn from what I'm presuming are the ghost peppers. But I have had, if you step on Chipotle, you can sort of get a burn. Chipotle and Ghost is something that Kajan's, for instance, uses a lot, that combination. And I wonder if this is not some stab at one of those products. But it definitely isn't. I'm not sure where it wouldn't qualify for that kind of caliber. And especially, if you pay full retail for this, that's just the train to disappointment is what that is. Okay, so we have grilled salt and pepper chicken thigh, and I'll go over what I did. So I do the same thing with all the chicken. Is I either buy it. I almost exclusively use thighs because I don't like most of the other cuts. Wings I will use in an air fryer, try to get some of the grease out of them, and for the wing things. But outside of those, on the grill, I don't ever do wings. I only will do the thighs. And partially that's so I can keep the meat tender without having to do some fancy stuff with it. And honestly, I like the flavor a little bit better as well. So anyway, so what I do is either buy the skin, let's just strip the skin. And I will let them sit for 30 to 1 hour just with whatever I'm actually doing them on. So if I'm doing salt pepper like these are, salt pepper both sides, sit for an hour. If I'm doing paprika, salt pepper paprika, both sides, sit for an hour. If I'm doing, so if I'm actually doing a sauce, like the bitch from Kajan's, like if I'm using that in a as just a sort of a glazing sauce, and that's the downut flavor, or like Yoshida's or something like that, I will, with Yoshida's, I'll marinate it overnight. With Kajan's, I'll just very, very slowly cook them, and then just keep pouring on the top, and just kind of leave them that way. So this one, oddly enough, I tried it in a number of settings, and that's, I think, the problem with it being a powder is it doesn't have enough time to actually sort of meld with a lot of the other flavors. It just really is like that sort of powdery aspect to it. So I had it with ramen, and ramen is like the easiest thing to use with hot sauce, right? Even crappy hot sauces will generally they'll do okay with a pretty neutral chicken-based ramen. I've done ramen a number of times on this channel. And that was not a good bite. Anyway, so I tried this in ramen, and ooh, man, I am suffering here. I'm getting sour with a sort of odd texture with a sort of sugary, sort of powdered chipotle. I don't like, Daddy don't like. But back to the raw. This is so. Just dump stuff together, throw it in a bottle. There you go. This is a poor sauce. This is not a good sauce. And I'm doing it just because I want to. I'm getting all my stories twisted here. Let me finish more about the ramen. So I put it in with the ramen, and it wiped out all the sweetness and almost everything else. So all I was left with is really, really bittery aspect to it. And here, what's so weird, like, you don't notice it when you have the sauce by itself. As soon as you put it with something, this stuff gets really rare really quick. I don't dig that. Alright, so my other story. It missed the slam dunk of ramen. pizza, ramen, chicken strips. Three of the easiest things for a sauce to be good on. That's really why chili heads, tend to use those things a lot, because they really pair well. If you have food that have subtleties to them and stuff like that, you got to be really careful so you don't kill it with sauce, because a lot of these sauces can overpower that. It'll ruin the nuance for you. This one even does it on easy sauces. Alright, so I went there to get a product called Corn Ferno. Supposedly the hottest popcorn in the world, and I thought it'd be fun, to do for the video series I'm doing here, for the non-sauce content, And I thought, well, as long as I'm here, I might as well pick up some of their stuff, because a lot of the chatter, there's a lot of chatter that some of their stuff is good. So I said, all right, I'll give them a chance. And I'll pick some basic sauces, some stuff that looks interesting. A lot of their stuff had onions, so I was really limited. So I kind of just chose around that. And that's how I came up with the sauces. So I want to put it out there that these aren't being subjected to any kind of anything different than the normal sauces I would do on here. They're just not. I'm not going to buy this. This is ending. This bottle. The presence of this in my fridge ends after this video. Right at the conclusion, it's over. And this one actually is sort of offensive to me that they put that retail price point on it, because this is not a $17 sauce. They have no business having this on the shelf for that much money. No business. And that is what's going on. Like I went over some of their pricing in the written review for this, which is available in the link below, and a lot of what they're doing I have issue with. I mean, the place I got it honestly caters almost exclusively to tourists. So they have people that fly in and go skiing, or they go on the mountain trails or whatever, and they fly back out again. And so this is really catering to that sort of tourist crowd. I don't know that there's a sauce of theirs, I haven't found one anyway, that a serious chili head is going to put up against some of the really, really high-end stuff that we enjoy out there from the actual boutique. These guys are like a glut. They're like a glut manufacturer is kind of what I would call them, where they're just pumping a whole bunch of stuff out, and they want product out, right? You buy 5 sausages, you get a discount. You buy 10 sausages, you get a discount. You sign up for this, that, or the other thing, you get a discount. And if that's kind of the case, you can really see what they're trying to target at, right? Which is, honestly, cheap sauces that are then jacked up. So if they sell one of them, cha-ching, right? And if somebody goes, okay, these are too much, they go, oh, well, let me take care of that for you. Here, I'll just slide you a discount, right? And I think it's maybe not deceitful, but I think it's somewhat of a disingenuous way to go to market, and I have no admiration for it at all. None. Just be frank with that. So, but I still am giving their sauces. This is the second of 6. Hugely disappointing. I mean, they had a really nice label. I don't think it's indicative of the stuff that's actually in the bottle. One of the big problems here. No nutritional information, which isn't the end of the world. Well, okay, but if you are on a restricted sodium diet and you have to shop based on that, and you can't find anything on this, that's why that stuff among the reasons it has to be there. We also have not accurate. So where is the smoke coming from, right? It's not listed. Nothing on here says smoke or indicates it. There it is. Where's that coming from? So I have some issues with this sauce. I obviously am not ever going to get it again. And if I don't have some stronger performance from Pepper Palace, I probably won't get anything from them again either. But, you know, you kind of have to... I see stuff on grocery store shelves. I pick it up if I haven't tried it. I'm open to the stuff. I don't regret it. Anything like that. But I try to put everything to you guys as straight as possible and don't bullshit around. And so that's really what's kind of driving the commentary here. So, but anyway, there it is. The Pepper Palace Diabolito hot sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.